No one makes history. No one sees it happen. No one sees the grass grow. Strength and weakness, nobility and corruption, these forces shape the world in ways we often fail to understand. Boris Pasternak, one of the most profound literary voices of the 20th century, saw life with unfiltered clarity. His words reveal the hidden struggles of human nature, the paradoxes of power, and the weight of true integrity. Today we explore Pasternak's most striking reflections on life, strength, and the forces that truly govern us. Your health is bound to be affected if, day after day, you say the opposite of what you feel, if you grovel before what you dislike and rejoice at what brings you nothing but misfortune. Our nervous system isn't just a fiction. It's part of our physical body, and our soul exists in space and is inside us like teeth in our mouth. It can't be forever violated with impunity. What an incorrigible non-entity one must be to play only one role in life, to occupy only one place in society, to always mean one and the same thing. They don't ask much of you. They only want you to hate the things you love and to love the things you despise. How can you be yourself when you are being blown in a million different directions you can't control? In life, it is more necessary to lose than to gain. A seed will only germinate if it dies. As for the men in power, they are so anxious to establish the myth of infallibility that they do their utmost to ignore truth. I don't like purely philosophical works. I think a little philosophy should be added to life and art by way of seasoning, but to make it one's specialty seems to me as strange as eating nothing but horseradish. I don't like people who have never fallen or stumbled. Their virtue is lifeless, and it isn't of much value. Life hasn't revealed its beauty to them. When a great moment knocks on the door of your life, it is often no louder than the beating of your heart, and it is very easy to miss it. Man is born to live, not to prepare for life. Life itself, the phenomenon of life, the gift of life, is so breathtakingly serious. Life is not as easy as cruising a field. You are anxious about whether you will rise from the dead or not, but you rose from the dead when you were born, and you didn't notice it. What must one be to rave year after year with delirious feverishness about non-existent, long-extinct themes, and to know nothing, to see nothing around one? And remember, you must never, under any circumstances, despair. To hope and to act, these are our duties in misfortune. Only the solitary seek the truth, and they break with all those who don't love it sufficiently. No deep and strong feeling such as we may come across here and there in the world is unmixed with compassion. The more we love, the more the object of our love seems to be a victim. In the case of some men, compassion for a woman exceeds all measure and transports her to an unreal, entirely imaginary world. Men who are not free always idealize their bondage. The unforeseen is the most beautiful gift life can give us. That is what we must think of multiplying in our domain. Progress in science is governed by the laws of repulsion. Every step forward is made by refutation of prevalent errors and false theories. Forward steps in art are governed by the law of attraction, are the result of imitation of and admiration for beloved predecessors. The arbitrariness of the revolutionaries is terrible, not because they're villains, but because it's a mechanism out of control, like a machine that's gone off the rails. I think that if the beast who sleeps in man could be held down by threats, any kind of threat, whether of jail or of retribution after death, then the highest emblem of humanity would be the lion tamer in the circus with his whip, not the prophet who sacrificed himself. Now, what is history? It is the centuries of systematic explorations of the riddle of death, with a view to overcoming death. There is nothing to fear. There is no such thing as death. Death has nothing to do with us. But you said something about being talented. that it makes one different. Now that does have something to do with us. And talent in the highest and broadest sense means talent for life. But all the time, one and the same boundlessly identical life fills the universe and is renewed every hour in countless combinations and transformations. Here you have fears about whether you will resurrect, yet you already resurrected when you were born, and you didn't notice it. The forest does not change its place. We cannot lie in wait for it and catch it in the act of change. Whenever we look at it, it seems to be motionless. And such also is the immobility to our eyes of the eternally growing, ceaselessly changing history, the life of society moving invisibly in its incessant transformations. Even so, one step from my grave, I believe that cruelty, spite, the powers of darkness will in time be crushed by the spirit of light. Strength and weakness, nobility and ignobility. Pasternak's words remind us that life is never as simple as it seems. If his thoughts resonated with you, don't forget to like and subscribe. See you in the next video.